All right, welcome back to this live holiday hangout part two. We have two of the instigators here who are keeping me up tonight. We have Steve and Tim, my two friends. Uh, welcome all again to this live, unexpected Christmas Eve hangout. It's fine with me. I don't have to get up in the morning.
Hey, Steve, did you see how he said my two friends with gritted teeth? My
Mm-hmm.
two friends.
Yeah, my new friend. Yeah, my two friends, right. So, we're back after the previous, what was it, hour and a half chat? Non-hangout. So if anybody's still out there, we're here. So, yeah. I just finished my Christmas cookies, all 5 of them. I got lots of sugar for tonight. And I should have put some whipped cream on that. Darn, I knew I forgot something to buy at Kroger's. You know? It's
Well,
always
are you out of cookies?
No, they're more upstairs. I'm not going to have any more. Sleepy Eyes Vince says you're not here. Okay, bye. Hello, Sleepy. Do you want to join? Or is it too hot for you to join from Australia, poor
He's too
babe?
busy sitting around the pool
I
under the
know.
cabana with
Drinking
his coconut.
with his coconut cabana drink, whatever
Yeah.
it's called. Yeah, really. Um,
So what does he do? He drills a hole in a coconut and sticks a straw in it? Is that the deal?
I don't know. Well, maybe he has his pet kangaroo just cracked the shell. You know, it just tricks. All right, right, Sleepy.
Don't you have to be kind of careful of those kangaroos so they don't get you in the coconut? Isn't that what they do? They jump up and box you with their feet?
I'm keeping a track of the jokes. That's one for Tim. Okay, very good.
Isn't that what
Yeah.
isn't that the kangaroos will jump and hit you with their lower feet?
Yes, that's what it is. Yes. Isn't there a song years ago? I've got a lovely bunch of coconut. All right.
Now I'm never gonna get that song out of my head.
I've got a lovely bunch of kangaroo coconut. Anyway, all right, Sleepy, hang on. Let me send you a link. Yes, welcome to the adult holiday show.
Thank you, Horace. Hope you're having a wonderful Christmas as well. Analog, Merry Christmas to you. White chocolate,
Sleepy
Merry
needs
Christmas to you.
He needs to defend the honor of the kangaroos. Okay. Yes, those coconuts are very special.
But Sleepy, will they defend you?
When's the last time a kangaroo did anything good for you?
That's true. White chocolate Horace analog, welcome.
Mr. Fitzpatrick is in the house.
Mr. Pan Man himself.
Benny boy is in. Ba 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 boo. Let's send an invite to Benny. Ba ba boo. So.
Yeah, Tim, when you sent him the laptop, you should have stuck a fry pan in there in the box.
I was thinking I was going to do that, but
sorry.
I was trying to hunt up a box and the boss was doing some Christmas wrapping, and we just happened to have another Amazon box around, and it fit the laptop fit perfect. And then those air ladder things that they stick in the Amazon boxes. I had those, so I had to put my knee on it to be able to tape the thing. So I wouldn't be able to fit a fry pan in there.
I'm Italian. I got plenty of fry pans. I don't need no fry pan.
Well, Louie, you should be in bed waiting for Santa Claus.
That's right.
Who's Linux user 60? Oh, is that?
Yep.
Right.
Come on, Sleepy, jump on, or the kangaroo get you in the coconuts. Oh my!
Her daughter today, because we had some lunch going for my people, and she's 7.
Hello, Ben.
She was planning on going.
How do I sound, guys?
A little bit up on your sound, Ben. Just a hair.
Let me fix it. Hold on.
Ben,
Is that better?
You sound a little muted, like you're
yeah.
muffled, Ben.
Is that good?
No.
Let me go into my audio mixer. Hold on.
Okay. Welcome, Sleepy.
Hi, everyone.
Thank you for the
Kangaroo Man.
Thank you for the second bribe of the evening. Yes.
Merry Christmas to you all.
Merry
Thank you very
Christmas.
much.
Yeah,
Merry Christmas.
it'll be Christmas here in exactly, what is it, 14 minutes?
Yes.
Yeah.
I feel kind of bad because you guys were all talking about your diets, and I feel like I'm in a food coma right now.
Food coma? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, the reason why I came on tonight, because last night I had inspiration from all the holiday Hallmark channels I've been watching, in spite of your, harassing me about that. But I thought,
Come on now.
yeah, no, but I thought, what would be a sequel to It's a Wonderful Life, a holiday classic, right?
Yeah.
Because back then there was no technology, so there would have to be a technology version of the movie. So I thought maybe It's a Wired Wonderful Life would be a good title, or it's a wireless Wonderful Life. So what would be the plot? Tech entrepreneur finds the true meaning of Christmas without his computer, or something like that. But that was the inspiration I had last night. So I felt like talking about it for this evening. For what it's worth. But it's amazing. I don't know how many Hallmark movies they've done, but it's a crap load. And really, everybody watches all of them. Well, I guess they do. I do. So yeah. Hello, Mark. Welcome. But that just goes to show there's indeed a market for simple, happy movies. So.
Yep.
And not another Godzilla versus Wonder Woman movie or whatever they're making now.
You know what? This time of year, with all the movies that are on, I am just happy to say that A Christmas Story is doing its 24-hour run on multiple stations right now.
Okay.
And as far as I'm concerned, one of the best Christmas movies ever made.
Okay. Very good. It's a Wonderful Life is good. I don't know if I have a favorite Christmas movie, even though that one's been around since 1946. It's like a holiday classic, But it's held up, because of its meaning. So, Ben Zlanova has a loud touchpad. Okay. Mark, your mom loves A Christmas Story. Very good. See,
I don't know if there's any. I don't know if there's any other. Outside of It's a Wonderful Life, Miracle on 34th Street, and then all the assorted ones. Like you've watched on Hallmark Channel, which I will say some of them are very, very good. Some of those movies are very good. I can't think of any other real Christmas movies that I would care to watch.
Of course, the cartoon classic, A Charlie Brown Christmas, is good.
Yep.
How the Grinch Stole Christmas is good. I remember those as a kid. It was funny back when they did Charlie Brown Christmas. That was back in the 60s? Is that what it was?
Yep.
There was a story behind it. It was jazzy, and I guess the network or the producers thought, what's this, a jazzy Christmas? This ain't gonna work. Well, I guess they were wrong, I still love the Linus and Lucy theme. Da, 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 da. It's still a classic, so.
I like how the adults talk.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Kind of
See,
when I hear something.
I'll do that to my son, and he's dating a Charlie Brown movie.
So there should be an updated Charlie Brown Christmas Linux theme. So Linux time is here. No bugs everywhere. Just a thought. You know, since Windows 10.
Instead of him kicking a football,
Steve, you're
he's
cutting out.
kicking a Linux
Yeah, Steve, you're cutting out.
distribution. Sorry.
Yeah,
He'll be
you're
back.
cutting. All I heard was get abuse.
I still tend to like the Christmas kids movies, even without the kids. I watch it in private. Does anyone remember the old animatronic Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer?
Oh yeah, the play action figures.
That's it. Yep, love that one.
Well, you know, I guess there was controversy of two holiday songs. One was "Baby It's Cold Outside." Have you seen this? It was on the news. There was some controversy. And there was controversy about Rudolph. I'm like, really, Rudolph?
We did watch. Another one that's showing this time of year is Wizard of Oz. That was on Saturday night. My granddaughter and I watched that. And as always, the flying monkey scared the crap out of me.
I'll be right back.
He's going to get more cookies. How much you want to bet? He comes back with more cookies. He is. He's going to get more cookies. And he's going to bring the whipped cream with him, too. So with all of the year-end push with distros being released, is anybody screwing around with anything neat?
No, I just put Pep 9 Respin on another laptop to see if there's anything different to it.
Anything exciting to report there, or is it just fundamentally the same thing with some polish on it?
Fundamentally, what did they change? They changed they took out VLC, added X Player, I think, because VLC with 1804 was showing problems, not just in Peppermint, I guess in other distributions. It's not one of their biggest respins that they've done. They put the ability to turn NeoFetch on and off. They what else do they do? And am I coming through better now?
Much better.
Okay. Yeah, I went from the 5G network to the regular Wi-Fi. The ability, I guess they used they use the nitrogen for wallpaper, and you can't use just a plain color desktop. So they have the ability to turn that on and off. Couple little things, but no, it's not like Peppermint 8 Respin was pretty big because they updated Nemo. They didn't do an update on Nemo this time. So.
And Vince, you're still doing the Mint thing, right?
Yeah, I'm still doing it, but I'm actually seriously thinking about changing the Peppermint on my hardware because I had a spare SSD lying around. I put Peppermint on that and stuck it in a USB enclosure, and the thing booted up in 8 seconds flat. That's incredible.
It is.
I took a test drive of is it Antix? That thing, Antix, whatever it's called, that thing is fast. I mean, it's a little bit stripped for me, a little bit hard to get around the controls, like settings, but man, it flies. I think it'll run that 120 megabytes of RAM.
On your SSD?
No, I actually installed it in my ThinkPad.
Really?
And that thing, I mean, bam. I mean, Firefox web browser, bam. It's like everything is there, you know. I was really impressed. It's not quite as user-friendly as, say, as Peppermint or Linux Mint, but for pure speed, your DT says Antix is great. Yeah, for pure speed, on a non-SSD drive, I was impressed. If it was a little bit more user-friendly in terms of control settings, Wi-Fi, I had to hunt for the Wi-Fi settings. There's just too much searching. I don't like it.
Joe Panico.
Panico.
Hey, Joey. Ba ba
Derek
boom.
is back.
Hey.
Hey, Joe.
Do you want to join, Joey? I'm being bribed tonight. Hey. DT, you're welcome to join unless you're still stuffing your face with whatever you had today.
DT, what's Herbstluft WM? Is that for real?
Herbs,
Some type of a window manager, isn't
Herbs, Luft, Herbs. Oh, it's powered by cocaine? Herb. What? Okay. It's powered by herbs. Okay, that's interesting.
Well, Mr. Very Own, what are we sticking in our yap tonight here?
Oh, I see, DT.
Some turkey.
Turkey.
Yeah.
Tastes like kangaroo.
Without the coconuts. Let's get DT in here. But this is cool. I'm celebrating Christmas with my friends. This is so cool.
So, Vince, have you ever had kangaroo meat to eat?
Yeah.
Okay, now
What's it taste like?
what if you were to compare it in texture? What would the closest texture be? Would it be a poultry? Would it be beef? Would it be pork?
Leather
I would
shoe.
say probably a tougher version of veal.
I was
Tougher
close.
version of
See,
veal.
yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. What is the taste reminiscent of any other meat or a mix of a couple of them?
If it's no, it's pretty gamey. So it's a pretty sort of wild sort of meat. I would guess maybe I've never actually had venison, but I would imagine it'd be probably similar to venison.
Okay.
I would imagine.
Merry Christmas.
Hello,
Merry Christmas.
Joe.
It'll be Christmas
Joe.
here in 3 minutes. I feel like I should have a bottle of champagne or something. I do have the whiskey bottle on the carpet I could grab.
Yeah.
Is it empty?
Not yet, but I'm working on it. Oh, man. No, I actually made lemonade with, I had bottled water and I went to Kroger's. I got a bottle of lemon juice, mix it in with some sugar. And here's my sugar. I got, so it's, it actually tasted pretty good, yeah.
And some vodka. One.
No, that drink had no alcohol. I mean, honestly, I had like 2.5 bottles of lemon. If it was 2.5 bottles of vodka, I'd be like, hey, welcome to the show today. So, but no, homemade lemonade, man. Can't beat it. So, yes, Unchained Antics is fast. It flies. Yep. But I took that off. I went back to Linux Mint Mate. A little slower, but I'm so familiar with the environment. It's just more comfortable. And I'm sure if I installed an SSD in that machine, it would be twice as fast. But I use it occasionally. Yeah, that's more like a test machine. So.
Yeah, it's like I'm so used to peppermint that the week or so that I went on Mate, it was just so different.
I will say this about the SSD. I don't think I could ever go back to a non-SSD drive.
Isn't Antics kind of part of the whole MX Linux sphere, or aren't they one kind of a offshoot of the other or something?
Yeah.
Does Antics have any of the MX tools in it?
No.
It doesn't.
No, it's not designed for newbies, at least no. I mean, I had to hunt for the Wi-Fi settings of all settings. It's not quite as, user-friendly as MX or Linux Mint. I even had to hunt for the panel settings to move from the bottom to the top. It's just too much hunting going around in that thing. But, I mean, if you're more advanced, it's usually. It'll run as little as 120 megabytes of RAM. I thought I read. That's what got my attention.
It's pretty skinny.
Yeah. But the web browser page is loaded up twice as fast as Linux Mint. I mean, really nice. But it's
I
just a little
gotta
bit.
tell you, I really was pleasantly surprised. Which Derek called it. He said I would like it, and I finally got around to trying Bunsen Labs because that was our challenge last week, and I'm keeping it on the laptop for now. And um, I'm I'm liking it. I'm very surprised. It's
Interesting.
a different kind of way to work, but man,
What is Bunsen Labs?
it's basically it's open box, or it's like the Crunch Bang is what it was originally, that kind of thing. It's kind of like what Derek uses with his i3 and that kind of stuff. I mean, you can put that on there. It's basically it's a win. I hope I'm explaining it right because I'm still learning it. It's like a window manager, I think.
Yeah,
Basically.
OpenBox is a really minimal floating window manager. It's not a tiling window manager.
Right.
But Bunsen Labs, years ago there was this really nice Debian-based distro that used the OpenBox window manager. It was really popular called Crunchbang.
Yeah.
That distro died. Several people forked it and created new distros out of Crunchbang once it died. Bunsen Labs being one of them.
I knew
Arch
you could
Labs.
explain better than me. Yeah.
But a lot of them,
What package managers it use?
it's Debian based, so you apt.
Yeah.
Okay.
You could use Synaptic or whatever, anything you can get in Debian. So it's Debian stable, just with OpenBox, but it has a lot of really neat tools out of the box. When you install OpenBox on a vanilla distro, like you install OpenBox on Ubuntu or even Arch or anything like that, by default, when you log in, you have nothing. It's just you don't have a panel, you don't have a background, a wallpaper, you have nothing. So these distros are nice because they've already configured everything for you. It's a proper desktop. When you start out, you don't have to configure everything with these text files and
Yeah, you
Not
just
every-
want what you want for software, right? Yeah.
right. Not everybody wants to, have to write a config file. So distros like Bunsen Labs and Arch Labs and things like that are really nice to get into these kind of more minimal window managers.
Well, you remember how long ago I talked to you about that, Derek, and you told
I
me
do, yep.
you'll like it. We tried it, and I just never did. And then finally, we did the challenge, and I'm holy cow! I don't know why I waited so long. It's really cool.
Well, it's officially Christmas here, so ho 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 to me.
Hey, Merry Christmas!
Ho ho ho!
Oh, do
Yep.
We were talking before we got live, and I think all of you guys remember the browser issue that I was having when trying to use Hangouts. It kept crashing. What was that, Panico?
I said, which one?
Every single browser I tried to use, Hangouts would die on it, right?
Yeah.
I found out through trial and error that it is a kernel, at least on my hardware, and unless I'm just completely stupid, it's a kernel issue. And as long as I stay above 4.18 dot 1 for a kernel, I don't have any browser issues.
See, I think
whatsoever.
Tim is fibbing. I think he's dropped one too many frying pans on his machines. It's not working right.
No, I'm using every time my browser would crash, Toss was like, "Oh, just use Chrome. Jump over to Chrome," but Chrome would end up dying on me. I'm using Chrome right now, and I've been in this Hangout for how long? Half hour. Not
With
one
that specific
blink.
kernel, right?
Yep. Not
Okay.
one.
Well, that'll do it.
It hasn't blinked once.
That'll do it. Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, Peppermint, I still have an old ThinkPad that had Windows XP on it. I just leave that in the garage, to play music when I'm clean. That way, if I bang it or drop it, I don't care. I mean, the machine has no value now, so. But that's what I have on that one, and it seems okay, But yeah, Peppermint is great option for newbies. So.
I have to tell you something else too. I was just before I came on, a pop-up showed up over a notification that you were on, and so I'm surprised. But I had messaged Steam again because I've had a problem with my CS:GO. I bought that, and there's like a DLC, so there was multiple games with it. But CS:GO itself, I had an issue where it wouldn't load, and it said something about a corrupt file. So I uninstalled it, reinstalled, tried it 2 or 3 times. Finally, I said, you know what? I'm just going to take the file out altogether. Well, ever since I did that, when I try to do an install, it does the whole download, goes through the whole part. It takes quite some time, but yet there's an empty folder. So I messaged Steam again last night, and I said, I don't understand what's going on. It's like it won't pull it down from the servers or something. I said, and I've got other games that I've done that with, and their response was rather disturbing because it was basically, yeah, we looked at it before, and all we could do is kind of recommend back to you to kind of see if we could find a workaround or find something, but we don't really know or have the, I don't remember how they were, but basically the capability of helping you with Linux support was not their strength, which kind of surprised me because that's where they're really pushing toward, with Proton and all this other stuff, and yet to turn around and get this response that seemed, well, here, all right, I'm sorry to hear you're still having issues, and it's definitely odd that the folder is being created, but you can't pull down any files from our servers. My guess is that it's something interfering with your connection in our content servers, which I don't know why that would be because I pull other stuff down from there. But anyway, so you said, I had a look at your previous ticket as well and would like to re-mention that, we're limited on what we can do for Linux issues here at Steam Support. With that said, we can hopefully, point you in the right direction after having a look at it through Steam and your contact logs. So I haven't looked at the contact logs myself. I've seen those, but I don't know if that's going to tell me anything.
What did they say? Limited resources to help you? Is that what they said?
Let me see. Previous ticket, I would like to re-mention that we are limited on what we can do for Linux issues.
Limited resources. That's what it comes to. I'll tell you something. If we had a national Linux desktop built by Google or Amazon, they would have a fix for that because they would not have the limited, because now there's more money in Linux. Right now there's no money in Linux as a whole, and that's why they are limited, which is completely understandable. But if we had a national Linux desktop built by Google or whatever, that would be a whole different ballgame.
Well, what doesn't make sense is if I could pull down other files, what is with this one? And it originally started with a supposedly corrupt file, and I have had
that is odd, yeah. Mm-hmm.
And I was fortunate enough that I still had the backup. Somewhere along the line, I didn't have a backup of this one.
Yeah.
Which was my mistake. But it's still, you should be able, if you buy this game, you should be able to pull those files down.
Mm-hmm.
And it goes through the download process as if it is, and yet you get nothing but a blank file.
Well, my next game will be Halo 6 next Christmas. Master Chief returns to kick all the Linux bugs out of the universe once again. with Cortana. Chief!
Well,
Cortana.
Ballistic Overkill works very well because I was playing with Ryan and Dark One last night and a couple of other Linux guys, so... Yeah, and one Windows guy jumped in. I don't remember who it was.
That's cool.
As long as we have Ballistic Overkill, we don't need anything else.
Yeah, there you go.
Well, whatever works. Whatever works. I'm still a Master Chief fan, so,
I think that's a game, though, if you like that kind of stuff, this is kind of like, Ballistic Overkill reminds me of almost like I've said this before, like a cross between Halo and Battlefield combined, almost. I think you like it.
You know what it is about Halo? Is because I've read the history of the development of the game. It's not just the game; it's the whole universe. Like the soundtracks are awesome. The books, I don't have all the books, but the ones I've read are pretty good. Most of the games, the last two were like half and half, but most of them are really good. I mean, you know the Halo story, But they did an interview with the composer of Halo, Martin O'Donnell. I think he lives in Seattle. It seems like everybody lives in Seattle. But he was hired by Microsoft about a year before this game came out on the original Xbox, and the execs told Martin, we want to introduce Halo to the world, and Martin's like, ooh, this grandiose big Hollywood production. So he told the story. I was driving in my car, and he had a vision of monks, just, and then he started singing to himself, oh, and that's the Halo thing. I said, what a gift. Then he went straight home. He recorded, wrote it down, and that was the Halo theme song, The first time I played Halo was on a PC back in 2005 with my son. And so I'm hearing this music. I'm like, whoa, this is like ominous and spooky. So I'm playing this game, and it's like this really plays more like a Hollywood movie versus just a game, and that's how I became hooked. I mean, it just clicked. Microsoft got that right. They've got a lot of things wrong, but they got the Halo game right. The story, gameplay, the actors, the voice actors. I guess the voice of Master Chief is a radio DJ somewhere. Steve Downs, I think, is his name. But they got it all right, and it's worked out pretty good for them. They came this close to making a Halo movie, but that deal fell through. But now I think next year we'll be seeing a Halo TV series on Showtime, from what I read. So it isn't just the game; it's the whole story about a universe that clicks, and you just don't see that often.
Yeah, I'll agree with you.
You know what I mean? In much the same way the universe of Star Trek, Star Wars, Halo's in the same. We just don't have any movies out yet. But that's how I see it. So.
Well, I agree with you there. I mean, it's more than a game. It's really truly an experience, and the maps that they had and stuff were phenomenal. The one thing that I didn't agree with that Microsoft did in the earlier times, which I understand that's changed now, is you would buy all these map pack extensions, and after so long, they would decide, we're taking them away. So here you buy the stuff, and then they would take them away from you after a period of time when they were trying to do the next couple.
Yeah, I wasn't into that much. I think they got everything right up until the company, the original company, which was Bungie, that produced Halo. They decided to branch off and produce the game Destiny. So they sold Halo off to, was it 343 Industries? And they did Halo 4, which had excellent story, but the multiplayer was awful. It just did not. It was bad. Halo 5, they did the opposite. The story was ridiculous. They had 10 levels, and the Master Chief was in 3 levels. Talk about drinking too much, over there. But so they got that wrong. I'm like, hello, but they said, no, we realize our mistakes. The Master Chief is back in Halo 6. Duh, really? But anyway, for the most part, they've got that right. Very few bugs and glitches over the years, from what I understand. The soundtracks, I got the first one, the second one. Halo Reach is a really good one. There's something about a game like Halo Reach where I already knew the ending, but the game was good anyway. It didn't matter. And that says a lot for a $60 game where I already know the spoiler because I read the book, But it worked anyway. I was hooked on the story, so I'll give that one to Microsoft. Windows 10, forget about it. But Halo, yeah, they got it right. So,
Hey, Tom.
I switched.
Hey, Tom.
But yeah, I don't play that much gaming anymore. Like I said, I'm waiting for the next Halo game to come out. Then maybe I'll buy that one. I don't buy $60 games anymore. So,
I'm gonna be right back.
Okie dokie. But I will buy the next Halo game. Yeah.
There's a game for you because everybody's starting to go there. I guess Rocco and some of the UK guys already have it. Is Golf with Friends. Everybody's buying it up. It's like right now it's on sale. It's like under $5 for the whole
golf. I don't do golf, but okay.
Yeah, right. But I was watching Pseudo Reboot playing yesterday. It was hilarious watching this game. It was just so they want to kind of get a UK versus the American, have a little tournament that way and stuff. It really looks like a blast.
Okay.
So.
I usually like racing games. That's why I like Super Tux Kart.
Who doesn't like Super Tux though? I mean,
right. It's for a simple game, it sure is addicting. I like the James Bond games on the Xbox. They haven't done any for a while now, but I like those. I like most of them. Yeah.
In case any of y'all don't know, Super Tux has an Android app. I'm sure they have a iOS app too.
Interesting.
So you can actually play a mobile version of it, and it's just as good as the Linux clients.
It's just silly to play because when I was playing it on the PC, it has those random stupid things like these, fly swatter where you can whack the guy in front of you.
The toilet plunger and all that.
It just cracks me up. Yeah. I mean, next I was waiting for the fart weapon, just like blow them off the track. But yeah, the game's fun for a simple old-fashioned throwback game. Linux got that right, so there you go.
And it has some nostalgia because before we had Steam, and now we have so many games. 10 years ago we had no games on Linux. All we had was Super Tux. We had Super Tux and a bunch of Quake clones.
And that Tux, the penguin skiing down the hill game, whatever it's called.
Extreme Tux Racer.
Is that what it's called?
Yeah,
okay, all right, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's true, but a lot has changed. So, it would have been funny if somebody would have hacked Extreme Tux Racer and that him skiing down the hill, that mountain would have been made of cocaine, and he's snorting it as he's coming down. That would have been fun.
Change the penguin to Tony Montana.
Tony Montana, man. I know. That would have
Montana Tux.
Tony Montana Tux. Okay, man. Good mountain, man.
Better get those super chats going. There went the money for this one.
Yeah, really. Demonetized. So.
It's a white Christmas. Tony Montana said so.
That's right.
Isn't it past midnight for you guys now? It's all good.
Yeah. Yeah. White Christmas.
Wow.
Yeah.
Hello, pizza. Any good
Hey,
Bluetooth controllers
run.
for under $40? I don't know.
Hey,
You have to go?
Yeah.
All right,
See you later,
Sleepy.
guys.
Happy
Merry
holidays.
Christmas.
Thanks for stopping by.
Happy holidays to you too.
Love ya. Bye.
Happy holiday.
Okay. Thomas.
No, it says he's there, but he ain't there.
You know that, man. No. Oh, he dropped the engagement ring. Uh-oh. Sound issues. Yes.
Pulse Audio.
The Grinch stole his soundboard.
Do you have Hallmark on in the background?
You're a mean one, Mr. Grinch, huh? Oh,
I have
yeah, I'm watching.
Hallmark on it.
Sorry. Go ahead.
I'm still watching a Shoe Addict's Christmas because the Cocaine Addict didn't quite work out, so, but that would have been something. Shoe Addict's Christmas. Oh. Yes, those shoes are so addicting. I guess for women they are. I dated one girl, man. She opened up her closet. It was like an avalanche of shoes. I'm like, what the crap?
Hey, how's that?
He's got it now.
Yeah, but there's an echo.
Echo.
Yeah, I gotta work on that part. That's easy to fix. No, it's not Pulse Audio. It's Fedora KDE.
I thought you gave up on that.
Speaking of unstable.
I thought you gave up on that as quick as you installed it.
Before I forget, how about them Cowboys? They clinched the NFC East.
Yeah, no, I didn't give up on Fedora. It's just a pain.
Okay, well, that's why I don't use it.
It works. It's just a pain.
Are you seriously a Cowboys fan?
See, Tom is practicing. He's practicing before he gets married on what a pain really means. So he starts with Fedora, moves up to Gentoo, and then he gets married. So he's all set. He's been there, done that.
Hey, DT, did you watch any of the Monday night game?
No, I didn't.
Oakland was leading. They're up 17-0 at halftime.
Are they? They ended up blowing it.
two teams going nowhere, but yeah.
Yeah, I mean, that won't matter. I'm actually surprised somebody brought up the Cowboys. I mean, that's going to be great that they get that one playoff game. I don't care who they play. They're going to blow it in some way.
They might, although they've got the number 2 ranked defense. That came out of nowhere. I'll be quite honest, but hey. They beat the Saints. I mean, they embarrassed the Saints. So there you go. Anything can happen.
Wow. 13-10 is embarrassing.
Yeah, because I believe the prediction was like 43-10 Saints, and yeah.
Those of you that are watching, following football, it is weird how defense in the last month and a half or so, like the Cowboys defense kind of did come out of nowhere. The Saints defense is the same way. Rams, and now all of a sudden It's like I guess the rule changes. It took everybody a while to catch on. It's not like it was. The Chiefs aren't putting up
Well,
that
I
many points
mean,
anymore.
they are protecting quarterbacks more, which is understandable, so they can pass more and score more. But look, there's a science behind it. That game with the Cowboys Thursday night, I did not predict that. I thought the Saints were going to score big time, as did probably most of Vegas. And I'm like, holy cow! They only scored 10 points. That was it.
The problem with the Saints is everything. The Saints are built really. Everybody talks about Breeze and
Yeah.
receivers. It all starts with their offensive line. They got one of the best in the league, and they're all hurt. They're missing a lot of those guys. So winning that game last night against the Steelers, wrapping up the home field advantage, they get to rest all their guys for 3 weeks. So by the time the playoffs start, they should be good.
It should be an interesting year in the playoffs for any team. But,
Yeah, how about them Bears? I haven't watched them all year.
Yeah.
Now, if the Cowboys do win that first round in the playoffs, they're going to play the Saints, right?
Yeah.
So we'll get to see that game again.
We will. We will. And of course, the question is, will the science that worked before work in the second game? Will it work? Wow. Who's more hungry to win? So we'll see.
We'll put some money on it if that game happens. Whatever you want to put on it, Toss.
Okay. We'll wait till it comes to that part.
You give me an amount. I'll go to the bank and
We'll wait till if it gets to that part. Yeah. I have to wait to see, number one, if it gets, and two, which team is healthier.
Well, yeah.
The healthiest teams usually make it. Have you noticed that the healthiest team is a long season? So
the Vikings will do their usual. They'll get into the first round of the playoffs and they'll choke and die. And then we'll build them a new stadium.
Yes. Well, the Raiders are going to Las Vegas, right?
No. I think Steve's Bears might do something, although the second round of the playoffs, they'll have to rematch the Rams. So we'll see those games again. We'll see Rams Bears again. We'll see Saints Cowboys again. I don't think either one of them will go the same way.
Nope.
Pizza, you have a poll coming up for the Best Linux Distro 2018. Oh, I already know what that is, but go ahead.
Well, actually, I just watched Luke Smith's video earlier about the best Linux distribution for 2019, the one best Linux distribution for the entire year. And I agree with him 100%. Arch Linux.
I think Switch to Linux has a vote. Fedora 29 with a KDE desktop.
It's funny?
Absolutely.
Because I'm running Fedora KDE too the last month or so time. Well,
what's your thoughts so far? What's your overall thoughts?
I like Fedora. Actually, I've never really tried to live in Fedora. I mean, you install it, play with it a couple of days, but spending some time in it, a month and a half, I like it.
Yeah,
everything is in the repos. Like, I'm shocked that I'm able to find everything in Fedora's repos, where, like in Debian, not everything that you're looking for. Well, of course, you have to enable some non-free repos, but when you enable RPM Fusion, that particular repo, and I did the United RPM repo, like everything's in there.
United RPM?
Yep.
Yeah, there's like 4 different repos I think I've had to add. I mean, you're completely right. Once you get everything up and running, the problem is, like Fedora, you can't be out of the box running as fast as a lot of other distros. But if you take the time to actually build it out and make it work, I'm running everything. I'm running a different browser than I usually would for YouTube stuff.
That's a lot.
But that's it. I mean, everything else,
I think I'd rather learn how to replace an engine than to mess with that, man.
So. Not really. I mean, and to be perfectly fair to it, the main distro, which is GNOME, actually they've taken nearly all of the difficult work out. Running KDE on it, you still have to manually add the repos.
Okay, all right.
It's good. I mean, I agree with Derek. It's a great distro. You just got to take the time to do it.
Yeah, I was surprised. You install it. Like, I install OBS, and I've got NVENC working in OBS. I didn't have to. Go find some magical package out there somewhere. I didn't have to compile my own FFmpeg or something like some distros expect you to do. the Jack Audio server, if I want to use that, that was easy to get up and running in Fedora. You know, I didn't have to really jump through a lot of hoops for that. Just everything was easy to.
The only one I couldn't find right away is to play DVDs, which was bad because I just got a DVD I wanted to watch. And, for a while, I was dropping out of Fedora back over to Linux Mint to play the DVDs, but it ended up being a third repo, another repo to install libdvd CSS. So that's what I had to do.
Install something like VLC. It doesn't install it as like a dependent.
No, which was surprising because usually it does. Because it would load on VLC, but you got like about 2 seconds in between one frame.
Wow.
Not exactly.
I usually play DVD in Windows.
Yeah, but that's all it was.
Yeah.
I just had to add that one extra repo, and then with that one extra repo, just add the libdvd CSS, which is what I knew I needed to be added. I just couldn't find it. It turns out it's in a different repo.
The main reason I install VLC on most distros, like I install VLC on every Linux install, even if it's not the best player, is because I know it's gonna give me all DVD and Blu-ray, and it just usually just gets all that stuff for you.
Yeah, and that was the old fix for it on Fedora. It used to be to add VLC, and that installed everything. But for whatever reason on this, it didn't do that. So I don't know.
I was actually watching a movie Saturday night, a new holiday classic, The Predator.
I love The Predator.
Oh, it was awesome.
I got it.
So,
with Arnold?
No, the new one. No, that one was called Predator. This is called The Predator.
The
one that just came out in September. Yeah. I was enjoying that one. So
I'm not sure if that one's a classic. I haven't seen that one yet. I'll check it out.
It's a classic because it made me laugh, and I guess the writer purposely wrote it that way. There are 2 scenes that are worth the price of it. 2 funny scenes that just cracked me up, and I don't crack up that much, but they were so cleverly written. I don't want to give it away, but if you rent it or watch it, one is the scene in the truck and one's a Halloween scene. You'll know exactly what I mean. It just cracked me up, So that's all I'm going to say about it.
Is it better than that garbage that was Alien versus Predator?
The first AVP I thought was terrific. The second AVP was garbage, in my opinion. I got the first AVP on DVD because I enjoyed it. I actually thought it had a very good story because it was different. The sequel to that was garbage. Then they did Predators, I think it was called. Predators. That was okay.
Oh, I thought that was horrible. I thought that was one of the worst movies I've ever seen in my life.
Yeah, well, like I said, it has its own. But this one, because it's just, it moves so fast, and it has many points of laughter on purpose. It's not what you expect. So the writer, I give him credit. He tried something different. Now, the movie bombed at the box office, which is a shame. But because it was different, and they did a twist on a classic, I liked it. So that's all I'm going to say. But if you rent it, the laughter, the scenes were meant to... So you're laughing with it and not at it, So that's why I enjoyed it. But who knows if there'll be another sequel, But I give the writer credit. He went the opposite way of Hollywood and just did it his way. It didn't work money-wise, but story-wise, it was very funny. So anyway. All they had to do is throw in like a, Fedora laptop, and then it would have been great, So, have the Predator try to boot up Fedora. Is that where he just,
Yeah.
He'd eat the computer and crap it out.
That's right.
My issue with Predators from a filmography standpoint is it seemed to have no purpose, no point, no story, no plot line. It was simply a bunch of people that for some unknown reason were dropped in some unknown place on some predator land, and they just had to kill predators. It was like, what was the point?
I enjoyed it up until the character of Lawrence Fishburne, the actor, came in. That's when I didn't like it anymore. Yeah.
Now, the Predators movie was... The acting was good. I'll give it that because it had real actors.
Yeah.
It had no story. AVP, what sucked about it, and you're right, Toss, it had a good story. The acting in that thing was hilariously bad.
It was cheesy, but the story actually made sense. Like if you remember it, it was somewhat plausible. I thought, you know. But yeah, the acting, you know, give or take. But again, the special effects, and that one made money. That one was a certified hit, not a big hit, but it made money. Then the second one they did, Alien Predator Requiem. What a stupid title, you know.
That particular movie, I remember why I hated that one. Whoever shot that film shot it in such bad lighting.
Yes.
You can't even see anything, and the movie is like a black.
It was really, really a waste of millions on that one. Yeah,
right.
Totally agree. No, but this one has a super predator, and there's a cool ending for a sequel. Like I said, it keeps your attention. It's cheesy too in a way, but it's cheesy in a good way. So, and that's the point of movies now, is to be entertained. So, there you go. But no, I was talking before about Christmas movie. It's a Wonderful Life, which has been around for years. And last night it came to my head, what would be a sequel? And because of technology, I think that there should be a sequel. Call it It's a Wired Wonderful Life or Wireless Wonderful Life. You know, that would have been a good sequel. Who knows? And maybe somebody's writing it as we speak. So, you know. If we have any new people in the audience, only 12 viewers, that's to be expected. It is Christmas, so I wasn't expecting too many people coming in this late. But
all those other people are out doing things like spending time with friends and family and all that.
I know, stuff. All that disgusting stuff.
Like
really.
I said, we got no life. You know, it's no.
Well, it is late. A lot of people get up early on Christmas Day too.
All I can tell you is, if I was married, I wouldn't be doing this.
Did you see Mr. Very Own's coffee mug there?
No.
It's got a who's the illustrator of those paintings, Steve?
Oh, is that Norman Rockwell?
Oh, I see.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's a pretty cool cut.
Yeah. Of all the cups. Interesting. Okay. Walgreens, duh. Of course, he gets that for free. That's where he works, you know. So. So what's in it?
Just tea.
He said that with a smirk.
Just tea.
Yeah. And
Just tea.
And this is just water.
Yes.
Where did my olive go? I mean, where's the cap? There it is.
Right, the olive. Yes. Let me see what's on the Oddball News. And we'll wrap it up for tonight. Odd News. Go to this website here.
Derek, what are you running right now?
I am running. I'm actually on Manjaro, which I've had installed forever on my machine. And I've been running Fedora. I logged into Manjaro so I could record some video in Manjaro earlier.
Sanitation worker rescues live skunk from trash.
Why?
That would smell either way. Yeah. Okay. Well, he likes animals. Okay. All right. That's good. St. Francis of Assisi guy. Okay. What's this? Attempted car thief calls police for help escaping Volvo. Okay. Cow greeting public after escape onto Virginia Road. Okay. Let's see here. Lawyer trading Uber gift cards for pledges not to drive drunk.
That's good.
London police non-emergency calls include KFC complaint. How bad could they be?
Did anybody go buy one of the chicken logs?
No.
No.
Wow.
No. Driver used chicken wings sticker to hide license plate. That's weird. Iowa police release photo of Batman robbery. So there's a thief dressed as Batman walking into a store. Okay. Let's see. Taiwan Coast Guard chases swimming dog for an hour. That's a heck of a dog. An hour? Popeyes offering emotional support chicken at airport. Okay.
Yeah. All the news that's fit to print.
Yeah, let's see. What else do we have here? Escaped zebras run loose through German city. Oh, okay. Oh, this is on YouTube. Engineer uses glitter and fart smell to punish package thieves. That was a cool video. Yeah.
Yes, that was.
Well, there's a funny controversy. Well, I'm calling it a non-controversy. I actually have a comment. Tim Pool did an article about this, and of course he's always calling out journalists and things for not reporting well. And Daily Wire, I think, picked up on this, basically saying that this big part of this was a scam. And so Tim Pool, who usually does a pretty good job of reviewing things, totally never watched the video and apparently never read the tweets that the guy did, because what happened is he developed this device and then he let some other people use it, and he recorded, released the original video with five different people, thieves, opening the package. He ended up editing two of those out because apparently a couple of those were spoofed by the people that he lent it to.
Okay.
And so a couple of people are trying to jump out and say this was all just a fake video, and it wasn't a fake video. It was just that two of the people were disingenuous,
right,
in reporting information. So it's just like, so now there's a big question: is Tim Pool going to retract his statements, because he's always really big about that?
Well, the video I saw, the one that he left, I think, on his own porch, I'm assuming that was real, where the guy opens it up and splatters,
Yeah, he released the video, had 5 original thieves in it. I actually watched that version.
Okay.
And the first 3 were actually people taking it from him. The last 2 videos were other people. Got it. He left it with other people, and apparently those ones were spoofed, because he was actually paid some people if they got it back, if they retrieved it back. And so I think they all set it off, and basically it was, he was kind of scammed out a little bit.
Yeah, yeah.
So it's kind of interesting to see that then.
Let's see. Santa ejected from sleigh during Disneyland parade. Ho, ho, ho! Okay. Flock of sheep rescued from river in England. Armored truck spills cash on New Jersey highway, causes chaos. Really? Okay. Let's see what else we have. I've seen this movie, actually. I was looking at the Hallmark Channel. Okay. Let's see here. 600 surfing Santas make a big splash in Cocoa Beach. 600 surfing Santas? Holy. Okay. Alabama police blame Alabama Police Department blames homicide increase on godliness and Satan. Really, Tom?
I'm sorry, say that again?
Alabama Police Department blames homicide increase on godliness and Satan.
Okay. Sure. I'll buy
Okay.
that.
All right. Let's see here.
Never been to Alabama?
No.
It's an interesting place.
Is it? Okay.
Alabama. Oh yeah.
Toledo goes crazy for roadside weed decorated for Christmas. Montana man shoots at guy he thinks is Bigfoot. Oops. Okay. Let's see here. Shirtless Vladimir Putin calendar is #1 with Japanese women. Really?
I wonder if the Winnie the Pooh calendar is #1 with Japanese
Right.
or Chinese women.
Wow. Japanese like they're Russians. I don't know.
There's a mad rush on those.
Yeah, right, yeah.
They're rushing to get it.
They're Russian, but a bump up. Let's see here.
I guess Trump should do a calendar spread.
Yeah, I guess he should, yeah. Really. Squirrel is so excited for UPS delivery that he can't keep his paws to himself. Squirrel. Okay. Let's see here. Chinese fighters combining kung fu with bullfighting. That's interesting. Go to the next page. New Jersey man blames DWI on the New York Jets. Okay, that'll work in court. Japanese groom spends $18,000 to get married to a hologram. Wow. Ooh,
Well, you know.
that's a hollow story.
Oh.
Bada bing, bada boom. Okay. Let's go to something else. Oh, I guess they Elon Musk. I guess he built the 1.1 mile tunnel to test those tube things that they're doing. Interesting if they can pull it off. Let's see here. Nothing there.
Well, guys, I'm gonna hop off.
Okay. Yeah, I'll probably get off here soon.
Merry
Yeah.
Christmas.
See you later, Derek.
Merry Christmas.
Right there. Yep.
Yep. Merry Christmas to all of y'all, and if I don't see you guys, Happy
Yep.
New Year. All
You
right.
too.
See ya.
Let's see here. Well, nothing there. I was looking for some funny Christmas stuff, Christmas news. I'm not running across it. Let's try this one. That'll be the last one. Anything here? No, nothing there. Oh well. All right, enough of that. All right, let's give this a 5-minute warning, then we'll wrap it up.
Here's a song for you.
Who's that?
What the heck? What is that?
Yeah.
It's a holy night. There's some guy is singing it. It's so bad. It's funny.
Are you sure your neighbor's not out running over
Yeah.
an animal in the driveway?
Oh, I hit a dog. I hit a kangaroo.
His girlfriend.
Oh, kangaroo hit my coconut.
They were downtown driving through, and it's under construction right now. And he finds a parody like that, and it's holy night. They're driving through. It's the funniest thing. It's like, oh my god. I'm surprised you guys never heard that one. It's hilarious. And that's one of my favorite songs with the authentic singers. But it's like, oh man.
Joe, you missed it last week when we had those Christmas jokes.
Yeah.
Have you seen that video?
Yeah, yes.
Said,
Well,
okay.
maybe say some of them again. I saw one that you had. Oh my god, you had me busting up.
Yeah, I think I did the highlights of some of that Christmas stuff. Like, what's the difference between Tiger Woods and Santa Claus? Santa stopped at 3 hoes.
Yeah. Okay.
Oh my lord!
It's late, so yeah.
Oh wow! I forgot about that one.
You still laugh at it a week later. Well, let me see what else we have here. that was clever. I have to admit.
You know what? I didn't even think it's not. Well, that song, I don't know if that would be. I'm hoping you don't get. I just thought about it. I hope you don't get a strike for that one. Oh my god, that was awful.
What?
How could anybody copyright
I
that?
know, really.
Yeah, but I mean the song itself.
Who would copyright that?
Yeah.
What happens to elves when they behave naughty? Santa gives them the sack. Let's see here. Who hides in the bakery at Christmas? A mince spy.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah. Let's see. Who delivers presents to baby sharks at Christmas? Santa Jaws. What's the best Christmas present? A broken drum. You can't beat it. Let's see here. Why did Santa put a clock in his sleigh? He wanted to see time fly.
Oh wow!
Yeah. What do you get if you combine Santa and a duck? A Christmas quacker. What is a skunk's favorite Christmas song? Jingle Smells. Let's see here.
Oh, just in from Daily Mail TV, Heather Locklear is back in rehab.
Oh.
How's this news?
Inquiring minds want to know.
Quite one of mine, right? Yeah. Just in time for the holidays. Where do you find chili beans? At the North Pole.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like that. Let's see here. What type of cars do elves drive? Toy Otas.
There you go.
Let's see. Yeah, so anyway, that's what we did last week. So, well, we have 9 brave viewers still watching even after all this.
You poor people.
Oh, these are just funny sayings. I am not lazy. I am on energy saving mode. Okay.
My favorite one at about 8:30 in the morning is why do I want to open a can of worms this late in the day?
Mm-hmm. Exactly. If you think nobody cares if you're alive, try missing a couple of payments.
Yeah.
Anyway. All right. Well, enough of that.
So, other than sleeping in tomorrow, does anybody have big plans for the Christmas day?
Heading to the in-laws.
I'm going to attempt to re-theme some websites. That sounds exciting to me.
Tomorrow's my chicken and cheese ravioli day. So.
Chicken and cheese.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yep. Hello, Sneaky Linux. Welcome to the wrap-up hour.
Yeah.
It is morning there. That is true. It is morning for you. Merry Christmas, Sneaky.
Yeah, Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas, Sneak.
Yeah.
Where is Sneaky? Is he over in the UK?
I believe so. Mm-hmm. The Ubuntu Kingdom. Yeah.
Sun is up there.
Yeah. So, Sneaky, how do you celebrate Christmas in the UK?
Some figgy pudding.
Any special British mixed drinks? With olives?
I know Sneaky makes a brew.
Okay.
Yeah.
Nothing wrong with that.
So you had mentioned a while back about doing Super Tux Kart, like a multiplayer. We need to still do that.
I know. I keep forgetting about that. One of these days I'll get to
Yeah,
it.
because they update. They just did an update.
Yeah. I haven't tested it. Yeah. I'll have to take a look. Is that still in beta? I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
Hello, Don. You have a mix of Bailey's, coffee, and hot chocolate. Oh, with some whipped cream on top. Nice.
Yeah, Sneaky says, "Well, I don't sleep on the eve. I just run with the Sneaky cider."
Of course.
There you go. Hot cider with a little bit extra in it.
Hey, Tom, the chemical dude. What does processed by ozonation mean?
Nothing I'd want to drink.
Ozonation.
Yeah, is
Ozonation.
it water? Is
Yeah.
That
Yeah. Glacier mist.
Yeah, usually, if I'm remembering correctly, usually that means
Purification.
utilizing high intensity UV rays to you use that to create free radicals. If I'm remembering correctly, which is nothing you want to eat.
Yeah.
Well, what the hell? What are they doing ping it in a bottle and letting me
It's
drink it?
part of their quote unquote
Well,
purification process, I believe.
if you uvinate it, it's going to disinfect it. So like you're
Okay.
really like your high-end multi-stage sanitation filters for water will pass it through a UV filter, which will kill any bacteria. But the problem is it increases the potential of making radicalized water, and as we all know, radicals are not good.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah, and the zip code that this stuff was made, it's bottled by Premium Waters in Minneapolis, Minnesota.
There you
And
go.
the zip code that's on here is probably like about 2 blocks away from the Mississippi River.
Well, if you
Great.
want to know what's
So-
nasty,
So they took Mississippi River water and ran it under a tanning light, and then stuck it in a bottle for me to drink. What a deal!
if that's too nice though, I picked up. I needed a gallon because I have a 5-stage RO system that I use, and so I just make sure the jug is always full. And I just needed a regular gallon jug with a screw-on lid, which is getting harder and harder to find. The only place I was able to find one is buying a bottle of quote purified water from Walmart. You know where that's bottled at? City
Michigan.
of Erie Municipal Water Supply. Like, that's probably one step better than Flint. Okay.
Most of this bottled water is all pulled out of the lakes.
Yeah.
Some of them are actually as disgusting as it sounds. It's purified from wastewater.
Oh, I'm safe. I'm safe. It says here, source natural spring water.
Oh, it does. I'm sure it
Yeah.
does.
Well,
You read on the internet, and it's believable too.
yeah. A few years ago on Showtime, they ran a series with Penn and Teller called Bullshit, and they did a like a myth busting or whatever on water, and it was a real good episode. Because everybody's got to have bottled water now, right? And they can't drink it out of the tap. Well, bottled water falls under the FDA. Tap water falls under the EPA. So there's an EPA agent. Maybe there might not be now in the current administration, but there was an EPA agent in every county of every state in the nation. When it's bottled in your state and it goes to the FDA, it doesn't have to go through the FDA unless it's shipped out of the state. So your bottled water is less watched than your drinking water, although Flint, Michigan doesn't prove that. But I'm sure that would be on that. It might be on YouTube or something like that. It's a real good episode. They actually they filled a bunch of different bottles at a restaurant in New York, and they made their own labels for it. They even put a plastic spider in one of them. And they told the people at this high-class restaurant, they created the position of a water store, like a wine store. And they brought these bottled waters up for people to try. And you've watched these people going, okay, I'll drink that. And they're like, what's with the spider? Oh, it has medicinal purposes to it. But when they were done, and all they did was fill it from the hose at the back of the restaurant.
Mm-hmm.
And these people were just totally, and they came up to them afterwards and said, "You're on bullshit. This is what we did." And they're like, "Oh."
The only thing I can say about that, though, is if you've ever drank water, you can't drink the tap water in Florida. It's so god awful. So you almost have to drink. You're almost stuck drinking bottled water.
Sounds like that show made a splash.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
Yep.
So what you're telling me is I need to buy bottled water from a different state, have it shipped in, and then
Then it was gone through the FDA. Yeah.
okay.
Interesting.
Huh.
In Florida, I used to buy Zephyr Hills bottled because there actually is a Zephyr Hills spring down there, which is pretty good water. I remember.
I drank smart water.
Okay.
Didn't work.
Nestle's actually, I know, pulls from the lakes too, and I don't know if it's Ice Mountain's another one, but
It had a smell to it, sneaky. I used to live in Florida. Yeah, it had like a smell to the water when I lived there. It wasn't quite right. I would buy Zephyr Hills bottled water. Well, here where I live in Ohio, there's like a taste or smell to it. So I usually drink bottled water.
yeah, it's pretty foul.
I mean, our pipes are like 100 years old, and the streets, for the main line. So, and there's always a breakage somewhere.
I'm online.
Like chlorine, sneaky, maybe, yeah, yeah. I mean, I just don't trust it, so I don't drink it. Or at least I try to avoid drinking it, So I try to avoid it like bad bugs in Linux,
So, Carm, what are you doing tomorrow? Well, today now for you. You got plans?
Just home. I'm not gonna go anywhere. I mean, if the weather was warmer, I would go out for like a walk or a jog, enjoy the. But it's gonna be cold and windy, and probably at least it was windy today. It was miserable. So
Does your son live up nearby you, or?
yeah, he lives with the mom about a few miles away. Yeah, yeah, he'll be over for a little bit.
Good.
I'm sure. But usually around the holidays, I don't do much. Like I said, I mentioned before New Year's Eve, I may go to Applebee's or somewhere, have one drink, and then see who's there just to chat locally. Because I can't sit there and drink. It's just not who I am. But whoever's there to chat.
He waits until he gets home and gets plowed on streams with us.
Yes, because I don't have to drive this. Ha ha. But that's what I do usually, yeah. So that's what I might do New Year's Eve. But anything closer to house. I try to avoid the highways because of drunk drivers. I don't trust the roads, so,
Well, I'll tell you what. I went down to Rockford today to go. My wife wanted, and the kids, they wanted to do something different this year. So instead of cooking a turkey, went and picked up beef from Portillo's. And stuff, and coming back, it's all under major construction. They're widening to 8 lanes.
Wow.
And so we're down to 2 lanes with the concrete barriers, and there was a semi next to me, and I was next to his cab, which I'm normally not, or his tractor. I'm normally not on the phone, but my dad happened to call me. And even though with the Bluetooth, next thing I know, I'm looking, he's like that close to my mirror. And by the time I got past him and looked in the mirror, he was still with his wheels over in my lane, and then he's jerked back, and it's like, and I had nowhere to go.
Speaking of, have you seen those Russian driving video? Oh my God.
Yeah, they're like, they have no clue.
They don't care. It's like, hey, Oleg, look at the stop sign. Yeah, so it's like they just don't care. It's unreal, the amount, and a lot of it has to do with speed. Courtesy, just plain stupidity. I've never seen anything like it.
Passing on the right, yeah. I mean, in curb lanes, and oh my God, yeah, you're right.
It is. It's sad. I mean, it's funny, but it's sad. And I'm assuming that they're cursing in Russian. It makes me laugh. Music, blah 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 blah.
It makes you never want to take a chance driving a car over there. I'll tell you that much.
Wow, it is bad. It really, really bad.
Yeah.
Speaking of Russian, our Russian friend just popped in. Just somebody to get off. Hello, my Russian friend. How are you? So, why are the drivers that bad over there? I'm not saying you are, but yeah, there's like.
Ever see the Idiots on Wheels compilations? I think those are mostly Russian.
Other
languages as well. It's just a variety of car crashes.
Well, it makes up for all the car chase videos we have here.
Yeah.
Okay.
Pretty much.
Okay. Yeah, it's just crazy. And seeing some of those poor motorcycle guys getting hit. Oh my God.
Yeah,
it hurts. I'm like, oh, that had to hurt.
Well, even pedestrians, they'll run right out in front.
I know. It's like bumper cars, but it's bumper people.
Oh Lord.
It's bad, yeah. I would not want to drive there unless I'm driving a tank, But even commercial drivers, you think have more training. Truckers, no, not really, man. They do their own thing. They just I don't know. It's like a big free for all. It's like the movie. What was the movie with the cars? Mad Max. Just cars everywhere. Yeah. Wow. I can imagine what insurance is like over there for cars.
Yeah.
But it's bad. Here in the States, people get stupid trying to drive in snow, or speeding in snow, not learning how to slow down. It's just wow. Anyway, well, I'm ready off to bed, gentlemen, and people here in the chat. So again, Merry Christmas and Happy New Year and all that. So I'm definitely gonna sleep in the morning. I'll probably get up when I feel like it, like around maybe the crack of noon. So You know.
No, I was actually hoping for a dusting of snow, so at least it turned things white for Christmas, but it doesn't seem like we do that.
No,
We're gonna get hit with a major one here Wednesday and Thursday. They're saying.
Oh boy.
Well,
Yeah, that'll be
I'm sure.
hilarious.
I'm sure in Mexico it's a white Christmas all the time.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know.
Good night, or good afternoon, Sneaky. Have a good nap.
Yeah. All right, go ahead. Have your nap, Sneaky. Yes, yes. That's what Linux does to you. Makes you sleepier.
Yeah, well, it's nice having a 23-year-old now because I don't get woke up at like 6 o'clock in the morning to open up the presents. Because he's going to sleep later than I am.
I
You
do
should-
not
you should
have my
just
phone
get up
on.
at-
Yeah.
You should get up at 6 in the morning and wake him up at 6 in the morning and say, "Hey,
Where's my
this is
present?
what you used to do to me. You don't want this? Move out."
No, I'll tell my girlfriend Alexa to wake me up at like 10 a.m. And then at 9:45, I'm like, Alexa, what time is it? It's 9. Okay, Alexa, cancel alarm. Go back to sleep, you know. So, and she doesn't complain. That's the best girlfriend of all. You know, it's amazing. You know, virtual girlfriend. So, you know. But only thing is she can't cook. Oh well. All right, gentlemen, I'm out of here. So
Thank you,
Merry
Carmine.
Christmas,
Hey,
Happy New Year to every single one of
See
you.
you guys later.
This was
Merry
fun. Keep in
Christmas,
touch.
all.
Thank
Christmas
you.
all. I guess it is officially Christmas now. It's 1
It
a.m.
is. It is. So
12
I'm
years,
gonna-
so yeah.
I'm ready to turn off the Hallmark channel and make my mark in bed for tonight, for this morning, whatever. I think I've had enough of Hallmark. But I think it's going on through the end of the year. But no, I guess that's where the business is at nowadays. Hallmark movies, you know.
His alarm he'll wake up and say, Alexa, what time is it? 9:45. Then he'll get up so he can make the 10 a.m. Hallmark
So tell
movie.
you have Hallmark. I could say, Alexa, tell me a Hallmark story. Make me cry. I'm so happy, you know. But the stream was a damn good Christmas present. Thank you, Don. Yeah, I really was not expecting. I did the first one. You wasn't here at 10 o'clock, non-hangout stream. A lot of people. I was surprised. I thought people would be out with their friends, girlfriends, family, getting drunk. But they all wised up to join me tonight. So no, I'm just
The
kidding.
stream was a damn good Christmas. What did you get us? Just kidding, Don. Just kidding. Merry Christmas to you, sir.
Yeah, thank you, Don. Anyway, yeah, I am starting to fall asleep, getting tired. So I'm going to clean up my mess here of cookie crumbs and everything, and I'm ready for bed. So
Got you a couple more hours of Hallmark, and then hit the sack.
no, my TV is off. It is off. I am done.
I have to hit the sack too.
Yeah,
Gentlemen,
all right.
as always, Merry Christmas.
Merry
Merry Christmas. Be safe and all that. I'll catch you next time.
See you all soon.
Ciao.
Okay, see you guys later.
Right.